How many of you guys remember what it was like to be like a seventh grader? Because the day in particular I like to talk about happened when I was in seventh grade. Um, Started just like any other day. Woke up, got dressed, took a shower, got ready for school. And I was walking downstairs so I can go eat my breakfast. My mom always had it ready for me, as usual. And as I was eating breakfast, I would always watch Dragon Tales with my little cousins right before school started, because I would wait for the bus to pick us up. So went to the school bus, took us to school, took my classes, everything, and school's over. So on my way back from school on the school bus, I was with my friends, and we were talking, and he tells me, "Oh, hey, my sister is actually gonna order our uniforms to our soccer team today. So you can bring the money over to my house after school, and we can go to soccer practice. We're gonna get our uniforms." So I was like, "All right, cool." I was super excited because I was gonna get my uniform. It was gonna have my name on the back, and it was gonna say Vicent, like 50 Cent, because my name is Vicente. So I thought it was like really clever, and I had like the number 100 on it too, so it was like unique. So yeah, I was super excited. I didn't really like playing soccer. I did it mostly for like a social thing, so I could actually feel like I belonged to something. So I was super stoked. Raced home after the bus dropped us off. Went home, was talking to my mom. I ate a little bit. I was too excited, for practice. So pretty much after that, I asked my mom for the money. I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna get my uniform today. I'm gonna head over to my friend Chuche's house. His name's Jose, but we call him Chuche." And she gave me like 35 bucks so I can get my uniform. And then I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna head over to my friend's house." And as I was heading over, he actually lived in like the same apartment place, kind of, and it was like a cul-de-sac. He lived on the opposite side, so I had to cross the street to get to his house. And I was about to cross the street. I was stepping off the curb, and like from the corner of my eye, I saw like three guys. They looked pretty intimidating. They're like probably this much taller than me at the time. They're probably like 17 years old. I was 13. And then I remember I was like, oh, panic. Like exactly how you guys said, your stomach just kind of like flips. And I'm like, oh man, I totally know what's gonna happen right now. So I started walking faster. I was like walking, and as soon as they saw that I started doing that, they raced towards me. They started running and just got right in front of me, and they kind of surrounded me. Three guys in front of me. And I remember one of the guys' face, like very, very vividly. His eye was like kind of weird, like transparent looking, like gray. It was creepy, it was probably like creepier than like them three just standing there in front of me. And the first thing they asked me, well, the guy with the weird eye asked me, he was like, "Hey man, can I borrow $1, acting like he's a friend or something." And then I'm like, "No, I don't have any money." And then right after he asked that, he was like, "Let me see your pockets," And then I was like, "Oh man, this is getting like really heated right now." I'm like, I'm not gonna let you look at my pockets, man." And then right when I said that, he stepped up towards me and then he put something on my stomach. And then I didn't even have to look down to know what that was. I just like felt the weight of like the metal on my stomach, and it was like a gun, And literally my life just stopped at like that moment, like it paused. And in my head, I was like freaking out. Like my whole life was just literally like running through that very second. And I was especially scared because the night previous to that, I had a dream where like I was dead, And I was like a ghost, and like in my dream, like floating around my house, trying to talk to my family, and no one could hear me. So I'm like, is this really like the end of me? Am I really gonna die? I haven't even experienced anything. I'm only 13. And the weirdest thing is I actually called myself by my first name, like throughout the whole process. Like, this is really the end of Vicente, this is the end of me. I want to do so much more. And from 1 second to the next, I snapped out of it and I reacted. So I was like, I'm just gonna give him the money so I can get away. I'm not trying to die right now. So I went and restored my pocket, and then they saw a $5 bill. As soon as they saw it, they just snatched it out of my pocket, only $5, and then they started sprinting away. And I was like, oh man, I hope my friends saw this, because they're literally across the street. So I went over to go and tell them what had just happened. And then I told them, hey, these guys came blah, 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 and they're all right, let's go tell your mom. So we ran back across the street to my mom's house, and I was more nervous at that point about the money, I felt bad, like these guys just took $5 just for my uniform, and I had to explain that to my mom. I wasn't even worried about like, I could have died. So I went to go tell my mom, and right when I saw her, I had a bunch of things I wanted to tell her already about what had just happened. And I was speechless. I just like broke down in front of her, like fell in her arms, and it was like one of the first times I'd ever done that. She had never like seen me like that, because I was trying to be like a tough kid growing up. And my mom, pretty much we went outside, tried to figure out who these guys were after that. And turns out that their family was gang related. all the kids that were there. I felt like there wasn't much like I could do about it because they would retaliate later. So we decided not to contact the police because I was more worried that they're gonna like shoot me, you know. So that night I just remember staying at home, just went to sleep, and I was like so scared for like the next few days. But yeah, that's pretty much like the scariest day of my life too. So thank you.